Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to episode 7 of Write Like You Mean It with me, Vicky Quinn Fraser of Moxie Books. And so the title of today's episode is It's Not a Hot Take. And I guess this whole episode is a hot take in a kind of, I don't know, kind of really meta manner. But yeah, I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about, you know, my opinion on hot takes, because it's just a phrase I'm seeing a lot on the internet at the moment. It's like people post up like a content warning at the beginning, and it's like, oh, coming in with a hot take. And then almost invariably, their take is lukewarm at best. And you're just like, "Meh." And the other thing that you need to think about when you're coming in with your hot take is that one person's hot take is another person's beans on toast, without the hot pepper and onions, Mr. Husbands, if you're watching this. And it's almost, like I say, almost invariably just a blanditude anyway. And so I just wanted to pop on and say, you don't need a hot take. You don't need, definitely not to say it's a hot take, because what you need really is just you. You need your feeling, your heart, your passion, and a damn good argument. So instead of worrying about whether your opinion or your message is spicy enough, and I'm just going to go off on a side tangent, by the way, because I have ADHD, and one of my here's a hot take. One of my absolute pet hates, up there with girl boss and mompreneur, is seeing people use the term neurospicy. It just really grates my carrot. Like, it really grates my carrot. It gives the same kind of infantilizing vibes. I'm like, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, but I use the term neurospicy, you do you, boo. I don't mind. You do you. But that is my hot and spicy take today. And if you want to, like, if you love that term, then go talk about it. Like, go talk about why you love it. But you don't have to put the term hot take in front of it. And there's a couple of reasons why not. So, first of all, it primes people. It primes people to expect something that's actually going to be super controversial. And more often than not, it's not a super controversial thing. It's just your opinion, and nobody really cares that much. So it primes them to expect something, and then when you don't deliver on that something, there's a mismatch between expectations and what you're kind of promising to deliver. So there's that. The second thing is, it actually weakens what you're going to say. So if you've got something to say that you really care about, it's almost like apologizing for it before you say it. And that's not cool. I'm not down with that, because your opinion is as valid as anybody else's. Like, I mean, I kind of joke that, if you like pineapple on pizza, you're entitled to be wrong. And of course I'm joking, because it's just like, if you like the term neurospicy, you're entitled to like that term. It doesn't make you very wrong. But it's I'm kidding. I am kidding. But like, you don't need to apologize for your opinions. You really don't. None of us do. It is what it is. If own it. If it's a terrible opinion, then people are going to call you out on it, and that's not the same thing as, we can get into the realms of free speech here. It's just like, you are free to say whatever you want. You're not free from the consequences of it. So if you have a terrible opinion that is objectively a terrible opinion, then you will get called out on it. But if you have an opinion about something that something that you care about, and it's just like, oh, this is my hot take, and it's actually that I think that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. It's like, that's not a hot take. And also, you don't need to apologize for it. It's cool. So instead of worrying about whether your opinion or your message is hot enough or like controversial enough, worry more about what's in it. Like, worry more about who it's for. So think about, when you're putting your message out there, think about, who is this for? Like, who are you saying this for? Who are you writing this for? Think about why you're writing it as well. Is this something that needs to be said? Are you the best person to say it? Sometimes we're not. Like, there's stuff that I won't talk about because I don't understand it well enough to talk about it, and so I'm not going to have any kind of a take on that kind of thing. But it's like, why are you putting it out there? Why are you sharing this message? Think about, what is your aim with this message that you're sharing. Think about why your opinion or your message is important to you. Like, why does it matter enough for you to even consider putting the term hot take in front of it? Which might lead you to, why you feel angry about this particular thing. Why does it drive you around the bend? Talk about that. Conversely, if it's something that you're like super excited about, why are you excited about it? Like, why does it bring you joy? What brings, what about it is joyful for you? And most importantly, really, is how will what you've got to say make a difference for the person receiving it? Like, and we're kind of back again to who's it for and why does it matter? And why do you care about this? So, all of that being said, there's a bunch of stuff to think about there. Once you've got that clear, once you're really clear with what you've got to say, why it matters to you, and why you feel so strongly about it that you would even consider putting the term hot take in front of it, that's when your message is going to get clear enough and close enough and pointy enough that you don't need to put that qualifier in front of it anymore. Just put it out there, loud and proud, no apologies. Like, here is what I believe. This is why I believe it. Please try and back up your opinions. It's always good. And here it is. Let's start a conversation. If we're thinking about it as a conversation starter instead of, whatever the opposite is, which I guess is like the marketing bros standing on top of their hills and pronouncing what's true and what's not. Think of it as a conversation starter. Then it suddenly stops being like I'm going to stand here with my hot take and like blare it at you, and it becomes something that could become really, really interesting. So that is the end of my ramble for this week about why you don't need a hot take and why it almost certainly isn't a hot take in the first place. I have no idea who can see this or not because I still haven't worked out how to make LinkedIn show me who's watching and who isn't. It says I'm in pre-live. I don't think I am. We'll see. But yeah, what's your? Do you have a hot take that you want to share below? Do you have a pet hate that grinds your gears that you want to share below? Do use the comments. I would love to have a conversation about this. Like, what do you think about the whole hot takes thing in the first place? Have you ever seen anything that is actually a hot take? Because I don't think I have. Like, I really don't think I have. If you have found one though, or you have something that is actually a hot take, then please share it because I would like to know if they actually exist in the world. And yeah, and if you're still listening to this, then I am at the moment working with business owners, entrepreneurs, writers who are kind of stuck for ideas and who want to not be stuck for ideas anymore. It's kind of a writing therapy session, is what one of my clients has called it. I hesitate to use the word therapy because I am not in any way a therapist. But we will spend an hour and a half on Zoom digging into your brain and pulling out all of the very best ideas. And then I'm going to help you to find connections between them and new threads, and basically at least a year's worth of writing ideas that feel unique to you. And if that sounds like something that you would like to do, I find it really, really fun. It's super good fun. Then you can drop me a DM and I will happily sort you out with that. Otherwise, peace out. And I will be back this time next week.